At Guns and Gear, we can take that old gun you're just not so thrilled about anymore and we can make it into something exciting and new. Bring in your worn out or scratched piece, even one that you wish was just a little different, and we can freshen it up with Cerakote paint. You can pick the color or style and we'll do the dirty work. Plus, we have a huge selection of specialty and estate guns, and we have a gunsmith on staff. Come by Guns and Gear, let us show you or make you a new gun. Rain, sleet, or shine, Partridge Propane has reliably delivered propane to homes and businesses across the state for over 30 years. We're a locally owned and operated full-service propane delivery company, and we work hard to keep our operating costs and expenses low so we can pass those savings on to you. Our goal is to supply high-quality propane at competitive prices with no extra fees and to give you the service that we give our own families. That's because when you're a customer of Partridge Propane, you're a member of our family.
So I stopped this guy for a traffic violation on eastbound on I-20. When I walked up to the vehicle, he had his dog in the window. I think that was one of his tactics, was try to scare me. But when the dog's barking at me, I could smell an overwhelming smell of raw marijuana. He admitted to having a little bit in here. We did a probable cause search inside this storage bin. We got bags containing smaller bags of marijuana. There's several more bags like this inside of the vehicle. And as you can see, we got bundles down here up in just about every little natural void inside of this thing.
And when you see something like this, what does that usually indicate, if anything, when they've got this much?
They're trafficking black market marijuana from California to another state that doesn't have recreational marijuana. The black market marijuana business is probably booming more than the recreational marijuana business in California. So we see a lot of it, especially this time of the year with the outdoor grow season ending. So we'll see a lot more of it going back eastbound.
What made you stop this guy?
For speeding and obstructed tag. We'll take this vehicle to our location that we take him to and offload it and see how much he's got. All right. Who's he's got a cage, dude. He's got a cage. He can sit up front with me. You want to put him up front with you? That's fine. All right. I just don't want to break the monitors of mine. All right. Will you drive Robbie's car with the dog in it? Take it to the pound. All right. Press.
You want light or no light? I like to ask them like they do.
Some of this was coming 40 minutes before. He was just running stick line ready.
Hey, when you Tetris Masters come over here and stack this? Right on that stuff. Hang on.
No, we brought 2 out and then the 3 more.
Yep. Hang on, so it's 12 in there?
12.
You do one too. I don't think this man over here beside you.
They need to be able to recognize things because obviously we have them out there looking for drugs, but also for human trafficking. They're out there as sort of a all-purpose tool set that we have on the interstate. So they've got to be able to recognize if they have some inconsistencies, the difference between a normal traffic stop that they may make, that they can send somebody on their way, and somebody that's clearly trying to cover something up and what their destination is and where they're coming from, that may lead them to discover that there's some sort of illegal activity going on.
You got to use my jellyfish light.
What does the alien part really mean?
Wow.
That's probably the brand.
Badge.
Yeah. And the weight on the outside, it was.
How was Buddy taking it? Did he? Where did he?
He's over there by Langston. Chilling. Chilling.
710-9. Correction 64-10-9.
Yeah, so anytime anybody on the team hits a load, somebody had actually sent this to JJ and he got it in his box. So now we just kind of pass it around. Whoever hits a load, you know, it's got to be over a certain amount, over a certain kind of drug, you know, stuff like that. So we have all our stipulations. But if you do hit that load, then we pass the I-20 fake diamond, you know, necklace on to you. So we actually passed it on to French last night since he hit that load. Almost there. How y'all doing? Doing good, man. I'm Deputy Lindley with the Sheriff's Department. You get your license on you really quick? Licencia. See? You like to be called Jose or Oscar? Oscar. Hey, look, man. Come back here. I want to explain to you why you got stopped, okay? I want to show you what's wrong with your vehicle, okay? Come here. Hey, look. Your lights here, okay? They have to have two of them. Dos, okay? ¿Dónde?
¿A dónde?
Sí.
Alabama. Roofing.
Okay.
Roofing.
Roofing?
Yes.
So like one day, 2 days?
1 day, maybe day, medio.
Maybe 1 day?
No, medio día. No, 1 day. Yeah.
So, ¿cuántos días? Uno? What city? What city?
It's the phone.
You don't know the city you're going to?
It's Alabama. It's the one, I don't know. It's the phone. It's the Tetris.
That's okay.
And GPS.
Is this your car?
Yeah.
You don't know how to speak Spanish? No? You speak English? No English? No Espanol? So you don't know his name?
No, se llevó la puta por el rollo. Pero no sé cómo se llama.
You didn't get his name all the way from, you come from Colorado or California?
Yo radico en Colorado. Vivo en Colorado ahorita.
Colorado?
Ya, de hecho, pues salí ayer. Me acabo de sacar las placas y todo. Pues vengo para acá apenas.
But you don't know his name?
No, yo no. No me lo puse por el rollo. Pero no me lo pusieron. Era por hacer eso, pero yo no lo conozco. Yo no sé su nombre. No me
Do you work with him? Trabajo?
¿Cómo?
Trabajo with
Sí,
him?
trabaja conmigo.
No pistolas? No pistolas?
¿No traes arma? No. Así te digo, nada. ¿Cómo te llamas?
You have anything in your pocket? Anything to poke me, stick me? No pistolas?
Oh, is the place? The back there is the place? Yeah.
Where's the marijuana?
Oh, no, it's the four loads that in the truck. No. Why?
Nothing in the truck?
No.
No coca?
No. Puro Red Bull, man. Red Bull y cigarro. It's a taste.
Gone? Gone?
No.
Does he speak Spanish?
No, sí.
Yeah? He says he don't speak Spanish.
Él no creo que no. Habla poco
Why?
nada más.
Why won't he talk? What did he say?
Habla poquito español, dice.
Poquito español? No, I can't tell you why it's weird. It's just weird. I mean, the guy's from Mexico. You know, that's trying to understand what little bit I do understand. I mean, I can smell the weed when I'm talking to the guy. And I think he's telling me that he smoked in Louisiana.
I thought he said that too.
Gas tank has been off at some point. Nothing too recent, but it looks like they put some stuff on the bolts, so I'm just gonna check it just to make sure. Gas tank. Make sure they didn't. Make sure they didn't put anything into the gas tank.
What's your location again?
Amigo, gracias.
Thank you, guys.
So we're moving on to the next one.
Come on in to Two Gun Tactical today, where we are dedicated to making sure you are safe. Choose from a large variety of pepper sprays, knives, and tasers, like this Taser Pulse Taser, which sends out a GPS location when discharged, the perfect Christmas gift for the people you care about. And if you'd like to shop around, our knowledgeable and friendly associates are happy to help. Stop by Two Gun Tactical at 667 Casey's Lane on the corner of Flowood Drive in Flowood, Mississippi. Let them know Dark Horse Press sent you.
Hi, I'm Brett Connerly, president of Spartan Mosquito. Spartan Mosquito Protect kills mosquitoes.
While on the force, I learned that an officer is only as good as his team and the gear that he carries. Ultimately, that is what helped me make the decision to supply and support the demands that the officers need.
From uniforms to upfitting service vehicles, our family strives to connect people with the resources they need. From enforcing the law, fighting fires, or simply protecting the ones they love. At the Southern Connection Police Supplies, our family is here for yours. Stop by and see for yourself.
This is actually a post-manufactured compartment that's built into the quarter panel of this van. They actually box this whole natural void in and make a concealment out of it. They put a trap door on it. And in this trap, we actually have 5 kilos of cocaine. These individuals were out of South Texas. They were out of Brownsville, Texas, traveling to Pennsylvania.
Okay, and what was the traffic stop for?
Traffic stop was for following too closely. This vehicle was within 2 car lengths of the vehicle in front of it, traveling 70 miles an hour. That's entirely too close. And once I talked to the subjects, it was obvious that there was some other criminal activity going on. I ran my K9 on the vehicle, and he alerted right here on this quarter panel.
We don't know yet, but if that's not been cut, cocaine, then once it gets where it's going, they can cut it, and they can take 1 kilo and they can make an extra 2. So you have 3 out of just 1. Then when they break that down into grams, you know, you're talking $100 a gram. I mean, you could possibly be looking at close to $1 million on the street if it's grammed out. So it just depends on if it hadn't been cut or not, which more than likely it hadn't. It's a lot more dope than just 11 pounds of cocaine. I mean, you could be looking at 33 pounds of street stuff on there. So it's a substantial amount.
So one of the subjects actually denied consent to search. The owner gave us permission, the driver did not. Just to be on the safe side, legal-wise, I went ahead and ran my K9 Fox. I started right here, and as we rounded the corner, Fox locked up and alerted right here on the back quarter panel, which is subsequently right where the compartment is and the cocaine was located. From right here, you can look up in the front and you can see Bondo, you can see Bondo dust. You can tell there's been some body work done to the inside of the vehicle behind this plastic. Bondo is a filling agent that they can paint over and make it look nice and smooth like the vehicle was never wrecked. There was no work done on the outside of the vehicle, and I actually, on the side of the road, compared it to the other side, and there was a contrast. They don't look the same. One thing that we look for is a difference in the body of the vehicle from one side to the other. Locating a compartment on the side of the road, just not knowing what was in the compartment until we got here.
Yeah.
Check that?
Not yet. I just opened it up, saw money and put it off to the side.
Marijuana.
Okay. And last year about the same? Oh, okay.
strip club.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay.
For sure.
Well, I appreciate it, Stephen. Thank you very much.
Odd how they're all folded up.
Yeah. No, I mean, it is what it is. All right.
Hey, whose money is this?
Thank
This
you
your
very
bag?
much.
It's yours? So this marijuana is yours too? The marijuana that was in there is yours too? Yeah? Okay.
How much money?
It's, look at it. It's like just ones and fives just crammed in there.
Stripper money.
That's what she just said. She said they've been in the strip club.
Well, they hadn't been yet.
Yeah.
They'd have done spent it if they'd already been.
Realize what's coming through.
Yeah.
I think his guts are ruined because his nose is hammered. So there's always going to be inspection reports where you can look in a frame rail. You don't lock them so they don't tighten up.
That's a lot of poison. That's a lot of potential death that you're taking off the streets. That's targeted at, vulnerable individuals, kids. This estimated street value of that is $160,000. That's money that's going back to further fuel a drug empire that continues to supply poison. So it's not much in the grand scheme of things, but it is something that we can continue to chip away at and continue to work on to getting off the streets.
Good. Appreciate you. The old fox. We joking about it because this is my unit right here that doesn't have a motor in it. The motor's sitting out in front of it. I'm in a backup unit. Centel was in the backup unit last week. First day he was in the backup unit, he hit a load. Today's the first day I'm in the backup unit, I hit a load.
All right, bro. You getting the fake diamonds.
That ain't fake. That's real diamonds, baby. That's it. That is it.
The Supreme Court of Texas just overturned my conviction last Wednesday. I did 24 and a half years in prison on a crime I didn't commit, and they just barely overturned it. I went down when I was 17, and I got out May 8th this year. Park County Sheriff's Office, open the door. Park County Sheriff's Office, open the door. Park County Sheriff's Office, open the door.
Stay down, I got it.
Sheriff's Office, Act 1.
This episode of Frontline's brought to you by Guns and Gear, Partners Propane, The Southern Connection, People Security, Two Gun Tactical, and Spartan Mosquito.